you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed.
What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going over GTA DLC's tier list. This is going to be quite fun, I think, so let's have a look. The first one is, we're going to go for Cayo, I think. This one is going to be in the best, and the reason I'm going to put it there is because it is still the best money maker, and it allows us to make so much money for things that come in future DLCs. I know that most people earn all of their money from this heist, or at least most of it, and really without it we'd be lost making very small amounts of money compared to what Cayo offers. It also brought some new vehicles, of course that new Casaka, new heist. It was really quite a great update in the grand scheme of stuff. Right. Next one, I believe this is Cunning Stunts. I may be wrong, I think so. It is, it's Cunning Stunts. So this is going to be meh, because, yeah, brought some cool cars, brought some cool tracks. Personally, there's not a huge load of stuff. It's not bad, but it's not good either. So we're going to put it in meh. It's just kind of an average DLC. It brought some cool cars, I suppose. Yeah. Doomsday, again, meh. Brought a new heist, cool. Bought some cool cars. Do you know what, it goes above this? Actually, I'm going to put in good. Bottom of good, but good. It did bring some good stuff, and whilst none of it was really revolutionary, it was pretty decent DLC, so I will give it that. New cars, the new heist, it brought a lot of war stock vehicles like tanks, jets. It brought all sorts, so honestly, it wasn't too bad. Didn't bring the oppressor. The oppressor's not too bad in my opinion. It just can be misused, I think, is the right way of putting it. Because I personally think the oppressor is really, really good for transport, but we're not talking about that yet. We'll get onto that when we get to its DLC. LS tuners. Gonna put in top of good. I love this because I'm a car fan myself, play lots of car games, and this brought a lot of desirable cars to the game that actually people wanted, so I think a lot of people enjoyed this. Also brought a new auto shop with new missions. It also brought a few mini little heists as well. Really not a bad DLC. Not a bad DLC at all in my opinion. Really quite enjoyed that one. The Los Santos Summer Special. That was straight up terrible. In fact, it's between these two, actually. These two positions here. It's kind of like a battle. I'm going to put in bad. Terrible, actually. It brought new cars, and I think that was about it. The cars were cool, but again, if that's all the DLC's got to offer, there are better DLCs. It wasn't terrible, really, but compared to everything else, it was bad. It was pretty bad. Right, Diamond Casino. Another good DLC in my opinion, because it brought the casino. It actually allowed us to go inside of the casino. Also brought the Diamond Casino heist. Of course, the Lucky Wheel as well, which allows us to get free cars every week, which is awesome. But the heist was one of the best money-making methods as a group. So you can make tons of money as long as you had a lot of friends or a group of people to do it with for a long time. I think the average payout is about 3.8 million. That's a lot of money, really. And share that out between 4 people. If you were to share it evenly, it works out at just below $1 million each. Not too bad. That's why we were wondering if the Cayo was going to be better, and it definitely is. But yeah, not bad. Definitely quite cool. For the time, it was really quite great. So for that, I'm actually going to put it above the Doomsday. This was the original heist. I'm also going to have to put this in good because at the time, this introduced the original heists. These were the first heists, and this was a really good step in the right direction, to ever come to GTA. We actually didn't know if there was ever going to be heists in GTA Online, but they did add them. They had stuff like the Armoured Kuruma, loads of stuff. I think the Insurgent came with them as well. Really, really great. Also, the heists were pretty good paying for the time, considering before it, you were forced to complete missions, which will like pay you like 50k max each time you ran it, and they would like take 20 minutes. So you'd make like 150k an hour. But the cars weren't as over expensive, so really it was quite a decent amount of money, 150k at the time. Now that would be an absolute joke to make that every hour. But yeah, very cool, because it really, if that didn't happen, I don't think any of the others would have in the future, like Cayo and the casino, and even Doomsday as well. Because if like I say, if they had not happened, I don't think any of the others would have. Alright, the next one is Grand Theft Auto After Hours. This was the nightclubs DLC, wasn't it? This one's tough. Meh. Yeah. Maybe even bad. I don't know. I'm going to put it in meh. The reason I'm going to put it in that, I'm going to actually move that up as well. Yeah. I'm going to put it there because I do like the Oppressor. I think it was really good for transport, but everything else was a bit, let's just say, boring, pointless. It's not the best money maker. It never really has been. Really, it wouldn't be hugely missed if it was removed, I feel. If that makes sense. If we didn't have nightclubs, I really don't think we'd be missing too much. The only thing is the Terabyte wouldn't exist. The Oppressor wouldn't exist. I do like the Mark II because, again, like I say, it's one of the best modes of transport, and that's why I use it. It's also great for taking out enemies in missions. That's why I use it. I get that there's loads of people who misuse it, but personally, I don't think it's a bad thing to have in the game, because I think it's good because it allows for missions to be completed easily. Now, on the other hand, yes, it can be used for cargo griefing. Kind of a 50-50 split on the amount of people that use it in these ways. Quite a lot of people use it in bad intentions, which gives the thing a really bad name. Anyway, that's enough about the Oppressor, because this DLC was pretty average. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either, really. I believe this is the Bikers DLC. I'm going to put this in bottom of good. Yeah, bottom of good. And the reason is, yes, it's got some really quite good businesses, and that's really good. Vehicles, I really can't name very many good vehicles it brought. There might be some, but I can't remember them off the top of my head, so there mustn't have been that many good ones. The businesses were pretty good. They do make some good money, some of them still, but there are some pretty rubbish ones as well, so that kind of evens that out a little bit. It wasn't bad. It was pretty decent, actually. But it wasn't the best. I would not have said it was the best. It's in good for a reason, I think. It could have been maybe a bit higher up in good, but that's my opinion there. I think I'm pretty happy with where everything is right there. I definitely am happy with the bad. I think that's the worst out of the lot of them. Meh, yeah, I'm pretty happy with those as well. Good, that order is quite... I bet there'll be people who argue Diamond Casino should be higher, and loads of the tuners should be worse down, but I love the tuners because of the cars it added. So yeah, and then Cayo was definitely the best. Anyways, see you guys in the next video. That's it. Goodbye.